Hello, people. This is Smiley here, and I am here to talk about some common mistakes. And in previous video under this title, which was given to you earlier, that was also regarding some errors. And in this video, we are going to take it further. And yes, let's start the video. All right. Subject and verb agreement. So this is the whole video is not about this topic. This is the basic rule when you use present tense, present indefinite especially. Always keep in mind the subject and the verb. Look at these subjects: I, you, we, they, and the plural. They use have with it or present first form of the verb, and he, she, it, and singular noun means the third person, and singular noun they use has, and they take s or es or ies with the verb. Look at the example: many people likes to go on vacation in the summer. Now here many people is plural subject, and the verb which is used here is likes, which is incorrect, and the correct answer is many people like to go on vacation. So whenever you use present indefinite tense, always keep in mind that if you are using singular subject, use a singular verb, and if your subject is plural, supply a plural verb. Okay. Now another common mistake is in the formation of questions. Now what is the structure of question sentences? First, auxiliary verb, subject, main verb, and then comes the object or the rest of the part of the sentence ends with a question mark. Look at the example: you went to the beach yesterday, question mark. Now here, without uh, having this question mark, you can't feel that the sentence is a question. Okay. Now what will be the correct form of this sentence? Did you go to the beach yesterday? Okay. So here did is the auxiliary verb, and right here did is the auxiliary verb, you is the subject, go is main verb, to the beach, and ends with a question mark. So always keep in mind this structure of the question formation, because there is no question word in this sentence. So always keep in mind to start your or begin your sentence with an auxiliary verb. Okay. Now the next is, look at the another question formation when you have a question word with: where I can buy a cell phone charger. Now here the correct formation of question is: where can I buy a cell phone charger? Where is the question word, then auxiliary verb, can, I is the subject, buy is main verb, and then the object, and after that question mark. This is the correct formation of question sentences. Okay. Now next see the tenses. Use the present simple tense to talk about permanent situations like the routine work or your hobbies or your daily chores. You can use simple present tense. For example, Shobha lives in New Delhi. She inhabitates in New Delhi. So here we have used simple present. Use the present continuous tense for actions happening now. The actions which are taking place, or which the work is going on at the time of talking, then we use present continuous. Example: I am talking. They are walking in the road. They are walking in the park. Okay. For another which is commonly committed error by the students: I am having a large family. No, this sentence is totally wrong. Correct answer is I have a large family. Okay. Now here, do not use ing forms with state verbs. Now, what are state verb? That represents the state of our body, our mind, likeness, dislikeness. All these things comes under state verbs. Look at the table. Wants and likes means likes or dislikes. Like, love, hate, prefer, need, want. You can't use hating. You can't use preferring, needing. So you can't use ing form in continuous tenses. Okay. Thought and opinion: think, recognize, forget, know, believe. So all these come under state verb, which can't be used in present continuous tense. For example, I don't think she is recognizing me. The correct answer is I don't think she recognizes me. Okay. So this sentence, the recognized word can't be used here as with ing form. All right. Use the present perfect continuous tense to talk about actions or situations that started in the past but still continuing. For example, Lucas is working here for 3 years. Is working here means that shows he has recently joined the office or the institution where he is working. But for 3 years, if he has been working for 3 years, so the structure of the sentence should be perfect continuous. So here in the correct answer, Lucas has been working here for 3 years. Okay. You can't use is working because he has spent 3 years in that office. Okay. Use the present perfect continuous tense to talk about the actions or situations, but here the question is different. Look at the example. We have been waiting for you since 2 hours. Since 2 hours. Now, where is the error? This part is correct. We have been waiting for you. But since 2 hours is incorrect, because instead of since, we have to use here for 2 hours. Now, why we have used for rather than since? Because since is used with a particular time period when the exact time is given, but when you don't know the exact timing, like 2 hours, but we don't know which 2 hours are considered here. Okay. So here we use for and since if we know the exact time. Okay. Moving further, when talking about the future, use will for promises and instant decisions. This is future tense. For example, we will get married on 8th of September, rather than the correct answer is we are getting married on 8th of September, or we are going to get married. Okay, so these are the two different types how you can use this sentence. One is this, and one you can put here, we are going to get married. Okay, now past, simple past. Whenever we use simple past tense, you always keep in mind that always used second form of verb. For example, have you ever went to see the movie by yourself? Now this sentence is totally correct. Have you ever gone to see a movie by yourself? Now why this part of the sentence is incorrect? Because we have used wrong verb here. Here the sentence begin with have, and we are using second form of verb, which is wrong. Okay, so correct sentence is, have you ever gone? Whenever you use has, have, had, always keep in mind use third form of verb. Okay, next is Vicky spended all her money within a week. Now the where is the mistake? In the verb. Spended is not a verb. Spend, spent, spent. This is the correct three forms. So here we can use Vicky spent all her money within a week. So the form of verbs should be clear to you. Some of them are regular verbs and some of them are irregular verbs. So you should always keep in mind that irregular verbs has different parts. Means if the first form of verb is spend, then the second one spent, third one spent. Look at the table. Irregular verb buy, second bought, and third again bought. Eat, ate, eaten. Gradually you can learn these verbs by your experience, but don't use wrong verbs. Speak, spoke, spoken, think, thought, thought. Okay, so in this sentence the correct verb is spent. Now what are the errors committed by students in the use of models? Very common. You should know the very basic thing about model is model always take first form of verb with it. Okay, now in this sentence he could running fast when he was younger. So mistake is here running, rather than we should use run. He could run fast when he was young. Models always take first form with them. Always keep in mind. Whenever you see a model, always select first form with that. Next is sorry. Now conditionals. I think the video is growing a little bit confusing, but when you see it for twice or thrice, it will be clear to you. Okay, so moving to the conditionals. First conditional. First you should see the sentence, if I will hear sorry, if I will hear about any job openings, I will let you know. Now this conditional here is wrong. If I hear about any job opening, if then comes subject, then verb, and then the second part of the subject, will, verb. Verb base means the first form of verb. Here base means first form of verb. So whenever you start your sentence with if is conditional. Okay, here is a condition. If I hear about any job, then I will let you know. Okay, this part has present tense, and this part is having future tense. Okay, so this is the here this is the structure of using conditional. If, subject, first form of verb, then second part of the subject, will, means this is the condition and this is the result part. If you are using present tense in condition, and the result part always carry simple future tense. Okay, here is simple present and here is simple future in this part. Moving further, conditional number 2. First you should look this sentence. If I have wings, I will fly all over the world. Now this part has past form, should have past form. Look at the second conditional, this one. If, subject, verb in the past form, and then in the second part subject, would, and then the because here the situation is totally imaginary, it's not real situation, this is just an imagination. So if I had wings, I would fly all over the world. So here we have used past by using had, and again the result part also had past by having would and fly. When we when we did model in previous class, we came to know that would is the past form of will, right? So in this part we have used would as a past form of will. Now third conditional, this part, if your conditional part had this verb had plus third form, PP means past participle. Here PP means the past participle. Okay, and the result part will have would have and past participle. Look at the example. If I had known it was your birthday, I would have bought you a present. Okay, if I had known it was your birthday, I would have bought you a present. Now in the first part where we have put the conditional, we have used had known, and in the result part we have to use would have third form. Clear? So these conditional might be little confusing, but you can see this part twice or thrice according to your understanding. Okay, now adjectives. Look at this sentence. I am really interested in sports car. I'm really interested in sports car. Now these two parts you have to be very focused about on these two parts: ing adjectives and ed adjectives. When you are talking about reasons or causes, we will use ing forms. Okay, and when we are talking about the effect or result, we will use ed adjectives. For example, sports car are interesting. Okay, so here we are telling the cause, reason. I am interested in sports car. Now, interesting is also adjective and interested is also adjectives. Both the in both the conditions they play the role as adjective, but they reflect different things. Here in this sentence it reflects the reason and cause, and in this sentence it shows the result. Okay, now using less and few. Less is used with countable uncountable nouns, and few is used with countable noun like less milk, less sugar, less money, less information. Milk is uncountable, sugar is uncountable, money and information. So on the other hand, few or fewer is used with countable nouns. Fewer chairs, fewer students, fewer buildings, fewer jobs. Less is used with uncountable. Uncountable means the things which you can measure, and countable means which you can count in 1 2 3 4 like this. Okay, now how to make plurals. This is a very common thing to keep in mind, how to make a plural form, how to make noun a plural. Irregular plurals like child becomes children, man, men, woman, women, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, mouse, mice, sheep remains sheep. Now here the childrens are playing inside. Now it is already a plural. You can't put s with every noun to make it plural. So you should learn all these simple or basic things like irregular verbs, degrees of adjectives, how to make plurals of nouns, how to make plural of verb. These are the errors, these are common things which you should know, and all these things enhance your grammar work. Okay, now see the correct part. The children are playing outside. So here children, which is already a plural, so here the verb is also plural. The children are playing outside. Okay, so I want to end this video right here because the rules are uh, very basic, but I think it makes a mess in your mind somewhere. Okay, so to clear your confusion, you can just go through these rules twice, thrice, or whenever you get time, just save this video so that you can have that idea, and you can judge yourself where you lack in grammar. Okay, so keep on revising, be safe, stay healthy. Bye.